Had some chips. So oh boy, no left turn. Come on. Like I can't be smart enough to make a proper left turn here. Yeah, so I'm driving home from work and that up. I don't get stale too fast. Just had a little snack. Cheese and cracker and corn tortillas, corn chips, and Swiss cheese. Probably my favorite kind of cheese. And I would get the more expensive kind if I could afford it. The Jarlsberg. And there's probably other ones that I don't remember. But, I mean, to be silly about it, I grew up with Limburger cheese. It was one of my staples. Although it was coveted by my grandmother. There's a Watermill Express here, by the way. Near Fort Worth, Texas. Anyway, so I bought some bird seed. It's Kathy's got a family of birds. She's gonna get attached to the family. But she'll just get another family, another location. With the way that we change locations all the time. Yeah, see, that's got more mucus in it. Those corn chips, I think. Maybe it's the salt. No, it's the cheese. That's what it is. cheese is a product, a mucus product, mucus making product. You can handle a certain amount of it, but when you get older, especially, or if you've got a weakness in that part of your immune system, then you okay, I just have to go around the corner because I did miss my turn. I'm in this little town here, and so it wasn't a big deal, but it took some concentration. But additional concentration. So, you know, guess I haven't said anything yet, have I? Yeah. Oh, the idea that, you know, the idea of a sky god came from the story of Jesus. Because the word heaven, Uranus in the Greek, can also mean, well, it's the elevated area. And that includes the atmosphere and the sky. But they didn't say, you know, after this part of the atmosphere, that's, you know, where we are. They didn't say how many miles away they are. They didn't say they were, they said that when you asked them a question, you projected to the heavens, the distant heavens, where the sun is, where the stars are. That's what you're projecting to in your mind. That's what you're thinking about. If you're naturally inclined, being attracted even from birth to the heavens. I mean, everybody is. Well, but they don't know it unless they lose it. And then they still don't necessarily lose it all, and not necessarily very quickly. Do they lose their concept that they're creators of this place? Yeah, it really, they designed it. They put the parts together. They made a human vehicle before they had the seed for it, the eggs and the sperm for it. At least that's the way I understand it from Tiandou. The reason I'm saying that is because in the question that they were asked about what came first, the chicken or the egg, they said that the chicken came first. Because otherwise they wouldn't have known how to make an egg. If they don't know what it's going to end up being. that I would say many Christians don't know how to think about the two witnesses. Why is that? It's been talked about in churches, and well, I don't know about the Catholics much, maybe. But I mean, I'm not saying that the monks and the nuns that study the Bible aren't studying that part. I'm not saying, but perhaps not, because the lower forces have an interest in disguising the truth. So it doesn't. So that it wouldn't occur to you, or if it did occur to you, you'd get talked out of it for some reason, or you'd say, "Well, oh, I read that before. It doesn't make any sense." Or I read that before, and they're talking about the two witnesses are the church. And omitting that without the older members, there is no church. And they describe them as two. So what parts of the church is it? I'm sure somebody has a philosophy about it. What part of the church is it? And then have the added evidence that one comes as a woman, and that woman is depicted as clothed with the sun. In other words, that individual's vehicle is the sun. Because that's a reference to astrology as well, astronomy with the sun. Yeah, makes so much sense to me, but I'm brainwashed. I washed my brain. I got rid of all of the parts of, well, actually, I don't know, maybe I got enough of a dose of their mind to where they're still, like Carlotti would always say, they're still allowing us to recognize them, because they give it and they take it away also. But I think when they take it away, I think they give it again. Or it becomes a giving in a different form, or additional forms than some of the giving that they might give somebody else. I mean, there are dimensions to all this. I believe 100%. And I keep seeing more of them. You know, with the spirit world and the thought world. And the electromagnetic world, of course, that's part of that. That's all related to that. The more you look at this place, the more you understand, the more it becomes impossible, even. It can become impossible to reverse. Not recognizing that there were some pretty hefty minds, mind as in mind power, mindfulness, engaged to have systems working within systems, working adjacent with systems that need other systems that are evolving and adapting to their environment as they go. That's like code that keeps on improving itself. Except the artificial intelligence doesn't keep on improving itself. It breaks down because it doesn't know how to prioritize that well, because it doesn't necessarily know where to put the most importance on combinations of words, except for what it has in its database. And so that doesn't necessarily grow if what they're drawing upon isn't presenting them with new ways of thinking. And humans aren't going to have new ways of thinking if they're not asking for it, seeking it out, wanting to know more than they know, not assuming that they got the whole picture, or not assuming even that they have enough of the picture, the whole picture. Yes, censorship. We have more and more censorship. It went on pause a little bit, I think, at one point, and I think that's the next level of doing. Maybe it amounts to there being enough goodness in the world. Sorry. That people see to it that things are leaked. They become heroes by telling the truth when they know their life is on the line. Like one of the, I forgot her name now, I'm sorry about that. But Kathy's reading a book that she wrote. It was the person that came forward and got Epstein put in jail. Although basically he got a slap on the wrist. That tells you something of who's supporting him. Yes, Tiendo taught that this world was run by the lower forces. There was two kinds of mind, they said. There's the mind from the next level, and there's the mind from everything else, from humans, and those that dropped out of the next level. And it's not an and, it's them. They have the greatest overview. They still have spacecrafts that operate. So spacecrafts can last for who knows how long on the power system that the next level puts in it. So they zip around and they interface with humans all the time. And so the humans that we see that are in power, they're actually robots. They're robots. Regardless of the party, they're robots. That doesn't mean that one isn't better than the other. Yeah, one can be a lot better than the other. But it also has to do with the circumstances, the timeline. Because the next level got us on a timeline, whether we like it or not. Everything has cycles. This isn't from my mind that I'm saying this. This is from Tiendo's mind, and Kathy's my witness to a lot of this. And if I get anything wrong, I want to know about it. If somebody listens to the tape and it says, well, Sawyer, how come you're talking about that? That way, when Doe talks about it this way. And, there's going to be a lot of that. I mean, and I'm necessarily not going to spend a lot of time, explaining myself, but I'll examine it. I will look at it, and if I see truth in it, which I think I will see quickly, I'll change the way I think about that. And I'll see where I was tricked or influenced. Not tricked, I mean, you shouldn't say it that way, but influenced, because that's what the spirit world is doing with us. That's what thought forms around us do. They influence us. You walk into a Walmart and the place is buzzing with buying stuff. You get to buy bird seed, you know? I know, I hear those thoughts. And I know that that's the kind of thoughts that I have. When I'm not in a store, I don't have those kind of thoughts. Of course, obviously, you're not faced with it, right? So why would you have those thoughts? But what I'm saying is that gives you proof that thoughts exist right on the spot. Experiential evidence. Now you can keep on saying that that's just coincidental. I know that wasn't the best example, but is this that place where it turns left suddenly? I think it is. Who knows? Maybe right here. Okay. I did make my turn. And I haven't come this way in a long time. Let me see if I really did. Or if I'm messing up. No, I'm doing okay. I'm on track, I think. Evidence of thoughts existing. I mean, another evidence is when you finish somebody else's sentence. Well, because you heard it so many times? Well, yeah, maybe. But I think I've done it, or if I didn't do it, I agreed with the thought right away. I mean, it was like, yeah. But then there's other thoughts that happen, and I don't agree with them. And sometimes that can stimulate a fight. Now, who would be making a fight of it? The influence, the discarnate, the space alien soul. Whatever it is that's sending us that beam. If humans know how to that potential underground base that's near here, or all the bandwidth taken up somehow by bigger receivers. I don't know how that works exactly. That the more people that are using it in one given area, it kind of overruns the system. I guess just so much processing is happening in one part of the memory, and maybe the memory has overflows, and so it has to do cleanup, because memory is limited. It has to do cleanup. They used to call it garbage collection in the old Macintosh computers. They had a little smiling face on them, on the screen. If I remember correctly. But that's a reality in the spirit world as well, it seems like. Well, I don't know how that works in relationship to the mind world. That's a better word for it. The word here is really how to Oh, I guess I'm live again. So I got cut off mid-sentence there. So I don't know if anybody's here. Guess there's nobody here. All right. So there's one person here, or I don't know if you came back. Let's party. I am here. BJ, how are you? Asked me before. I didn't get to the chat at all. So let me finish up by getting to it a little bit. Careful on the road. Thank you. Hey, for that's from one. Boyan plus is plus something like that. I'm sorry if I botched it up. I can't see that well. My distance on the car, while I'm driving. Dar 56 Frontier says hey, and Hoy says hello. Was here. It says some kind of signal high in nice shades. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, they work good. And hi there, BJ Thumb and Alina Woodward. Hey, Sailor, you new in town? Oh yeah, I'm new in town. I'm a cowboy. And I just got over I just been shoveling horse shit into the barn. Okay, so let's see, what else is next? All horse shit aside. BJ says, let's party. I am here. How are you? I read that already. Ryan be here. Okay, well, I guess no questions or anything, so I'm gonna end the stream in another minute or two because I'm almost at my destination. I think I might have said some things in the earlier part of it that were decent, as opposed to the day before. I felt like I kept on fumbling with my words. And so could leave you with a song, my traditional one. Good night, folks.